What is going on YouTube? It is Esther here, and welcome guys to another FIFA 14 video on this channel. And it is our second video, and it is a video of us basically starting up Ultimate Team. Now just to note guys, this is on the demo, and therefore it's not a final representation of the final game. And you know, it's basically more of a tutorial, I guess, of the game. It's just show you new, well, it gives you a set of players first of all, and it just shows you some of the things like chemistry, building strong links and all that stuff, which I'm sure the majority of you already know about because you are all great FIFA fans. I'm sure you all are great fans of Ultimate Team as well. But it's a nice addition by EA because it does kind of get those people who haven't played Ultimate Team, it gives them like an easier kind of approach going into the game, because sometimes when you come into Ultimate Team when you are new, it can be a little bit daunting because there's a lot of stuff going on compared to the normal game. I mean, people won't know about the chemistry or, you know, the cards or wherever. So it's a nice addition by EA trying to get some, I guess, non-Ultimate Team fans into Ultimate Team, because I do know quite a lot of people who don't play Ultimate Team basically because it's just too complicated for them. They can't really work it out. There's just too much stuff going on. There's contracts, there's chemistries, there's you know, and they're not too sure how to get the best out of their team. So that's a nice addition by EA, which they have put in. So going on, as you can see, onto this gameplay, we did play a game against just a random team which EA have made up, with, I think it consisted of some very good players as well. I can't remember who it was. I can remember Bale was in the other team, but we ourselves did have a good team as well. You can see Iniesta, Royce, Aubameyang, I think we had, and Lewandowski. And there were some other good players as well. Well, it was good players basically in both teams. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about the game now that I have had a little bit more time with it. In that last video, I only played my first game, so I was obviously new to it and couldn't tell you much about it, I guess. So I do want to talk a little bit about it, and I did finish, I think, on talking about shooting. And I was saying that shooting, I couldn't really tell you much about shooting because I basically hadn't experienced it enough. So now that I do want to talk about shooting in this video, and I do want to talk about through balls as well. As you can see, it was a very nice through ball, but there is maybe a case of it being a little bit overpowered, and I'll get onto that later. But let's just first of all talk about shooting. Now shooting, guys, is very good in this game. Obviously EA announced a lot of improvements to shooting, such as new physics trajectory of the ball, so when you hit it, the ball kind of moves, so you can do new shots such as the knuckleball shot. And you know, there's kind of balance added to shots, I guess. You know, sometimes you know, when you're off balance and you shoot, then the ball will kind of spin. It's kind of hard to explain, but I hope that you know what I'm saying. And there's also the fact that players are a little bit more intelligent now with shooting. So for example, if I'm right-footed and I'm running, and you know, sometimes in previous years in FIFA, he might have shot it with the left foot for some reason, but if I want to kind of do a finesse shot with my right foot into the right corner of the goal, and then my player will kind of automatically open up to the left to allow him room on his right foot to kind of curl that ball and use that finesse shot. So players, it kind of works together. I mean, the shooting works with kind of the players getting a little bit more intelligent. And like I said, the physics of the ball are a lot better now. Some of the goals that you score look a lot better, it look a lot more realistic, and you can do some really fun things with it. I mean, sometimes if you are off balance and you do take a shot, and then sometimes you might get lucky and might get some crazy spin on the ball and in the back of net. Sometimes it might go completely wrong. So again, it just adds to the realism, and you know, you just have to try it out for yourselves to kind of understand what I mean. And sometimes things can be a little bit overpowered, especially in this demo, and especially finesse shots, which I was just on about earlier. And you'll see here, guys, I think it was, yeah, Aubameyang. You can see I take a finesse shot with him there, and I didn't expect that. That was the first time I tried a finesse shot, and I was amazed because finesse shots don't normally or haven't really worked like that probably since FIFA 11. And finesse shot, I wouldn't say finesse shots are back, because EA have actually released a statement saying that they are going to be toned down for the final game. And you know, if they were like that, and then I'm sure that they will get patched, because that is very kind of unrealistic, especially like that shot which I took there from Aubameyang. That I'd hardly put any power into that, and considering the kind of position he was in, the way he positioned his body. It looked like impossible to kind of generate that power for that shot. So don't get worried if you're if you think finesse shots are terrible in this game, because it won't be like that in the final game. This demo is definitely not final representation of the game, but I do think that finesse shots will be better than maybe last year. But who knows? Who knows how much EA are gonna kind of put it back into the game, because this isn't the final game. This is only the demo. But what we do know is that it is extremely overpowered, at least in this demo. But don't get worried, because it definitely will get toned down in the final game. And going from shooting to passing, and I did say it in my last video, I really have enjoyed the passing. You have to be a little bit more smart, I guess, with your passing, but at the same time, passing can be probably your best weapon. Obviously, in previous years, there have been some very good things to use to get past your opponents. For example, pace. Obviously, this year there's also strength as well, which is a major factor. But passing is a very good kind of thing. And previous years you were kind of using always the wings, and just using that faster man, that pacier man, to kind of get past everyone and putting a ball in and try and get the header. But this year it kind of allows you to build up from the middle, I guess. I mean, if you are smart with your passing, you can get easily past your opponents. And sometimes, at least in this demo, through balls, which I found are a little bit overpowered, or not overpowered, but maybe a little bit exaggerated. If you can go back, guys, well, if you can remember that first goal, which I did score with, I think Iniesta it was, or Royce, I can't remember who I did score it with, but I did put a through ball into the attacker, which did score the goal, and the defender literally didn't move. It was a nice ball, but the defender just didn't even go to get it, and hopefully that will be toned down a little bit. Hopefully the defenders will be, or kind of the through balls will be less kind of overpowered, excuse me, and a little bit less exaggerated, because it did look a little bit unrealistic, the way that the defender just didn't move, and it was like two defenders, and then the kind of the through ball just went straight through them, which that wouldn't have happened in real life. I mean, even if he did attempt for it, then that would have been a little bit realistic, because but the defender just simply didn't even attempt it, and the ball just went straight through. So hopefully that will be toned down in the final game. And speaking of finesse shots before, guys, that is the one of the this is why, guys, finesse shots are so overpowered in this demo, and why it will be toned down in the final game. And I'm sure it will be toned down, because if they are like that, and I'm sure EA know that that they are like that, and in the final game it will be a little bit more realistic, because that was a crazy goal which I did score right there. And if they are like that, and then in the final game there will be finesse shots going everywhere, especially in Ultimate Team. And Aubameyang, you could see I went through here. It'll get a little bit excited because of that finesse shot I scored in that second goal. So I did try it again, and it went horribly wrong. But if it is in the final game like this, and then don't be surprised if people are constantly doing that. But like I said, it won't be in the final game. It will be definitely be toned down, because it's in the demo. It's almost at a stage where it's kind of like really overpowered, and makes the game not unenjoyable, but still it kind of makes it so you're like always trying out finesse shots and all this stuff. So what else is it to talk about? I mean, shooting, passing, strength as well. Like I said before, is now a major factor in this game. It's nice to see strength kind of come into play a little bit more now, because it's almost been ignored, I guess, in previous years, because maybe pace has been. I don't know whether it is because maybe pace is such a major factor that strength just gets pushed away. But like I said, strength is now a bigger does play a bigger part in the game, which is nice to see, because it does give an overall a bigger balance basically between the defenders and the attackers. So this is basically the end of the gameplay now. Hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please be sure to give this video a like. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because I have a lot more FIFA 14 videos coming. And you can just see here, guys, on the screen, they just basically allow you to play around with your players, give you some players. You can see Ibrahimovic, and that's it. That's about as much as you can do. I thought you could have been the first time I actually started this up, I thought you actually start your real Ultimate Team, but that unfortunately that wasn't the case. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video now, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you now in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.